Hello everyone, this is Yvonne from Yvonne Ceramics. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I mix casting slip from the powder form. I'm going to show you the formula from the manufacturer, and then we're going to follow that formula to mix into our liquid slip for casting. Casting slip is basically liquid clay, and I use that to pour into my plaster mold to create different form. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos each week. So today we are going to make the M370 slip, and that's the brand and that's the type of clay that we use here. We're gonna mix 3 gallon. The formula is here. I just took it from the manufacturer's website. Basically, we need the clay powder, 15,000 gram, and water is 6,300 gram, and Darvan number 7 is 114 gram. On the manufacturer's website, they have it in 4 liter, but today I am making 3 gallons, so basically I use that formula and times it by 3 to get what I have here. So you can buy the M370 powder from any of the ceramic stores. So this is my clay powder here that I have. It comes into these big bags. And I have a ladle here that I just scoop out the powder into my bucket. So other than the powder clay, let's look at what we need. I've got here, this is a 5-gallon bucket from Lowe's. You can get it from Home Depot. I like the 5-gallon bucket because it can hold lots of slip for me, and I can just fill this up and use it for a couple months. Then I have my digital scale here for weighing the powder clay and for water, and Darvan 7 as well. Of course, I got the Darvan 7, so it's in a liquid form, and I'm going to use my scale, and this is my container. I'm going to measure my Darvan 7 here. I have my drill here with the mixing attachment that I got from the hardware store, so I can just put this into my drill and it will mix for me. And I've got just a regular jug here for the water. So that's it. So now my container is on the scale. I'm going to turn this on. Make sure that the unit is in gram. And then what I need is I need 114 grams. So I've got just a plastic spoon and I'm going to just scoop it in here until it is 114 gram. Oh, perfect. So it's 114.8. Just gonna get a little bit out. Okay, that's pretty close. 114.2 grams. So we're good. Let's set this aside now. So the next thing I need to do is measure the water, which is 6,300 gram. I've got my old bucket with the old casting slip in there, which is fine. We're just going to mix the new with the old together. So I've got my milk jug here. This is a 4-liter milk jug, but just for accuracy, I have it on the scale. I tiered to 0. Then I'm going to keep filling this 4-liter jug and then pouring into my bucket until it gets to 6,300 grams. All right, so I have finished adding the water now, so it's already in the bucket. The next instruction says is to mix the Darvan number 7 with water. So I've got some Darvan 7 here. I'm just gonna mix it in with the water, and it said to leave some. So I'm gonna leave some here for adjusting later. So I'm gonna leave some on the side. The next part is to measure the powdered clay. So I have a bucket here. This is specifically for measuring the casting slip, the powder clay, and it is on top of a scale. So I'm going to scoop the powder clay onto my bucket while measuring the weight of the clay. So first I need to turn on my scale. Make sure that it is a 0 gram. How much I need would be 15,000 gram. And since the weight capacity of my scale is only to 5,000 gram, so I need to make sure not to exceed that weight capacity. So I'm just scooping the clay from the bag to the bucket. And since there's like powder in here, make sure you wear a respirator while you work. And you don't want to make a really big dust storm while you are scooping the clay. So after you have filled up your bucket with the powder clay, you want to use your scoop to gently just put the powder clay into your bucket of water. You don't want to just dump it all in because that will create a lot of the clay dust in the air. So just gently scooping in like that. All right, so now that the clay and water are in my bucket, the last step would be to mix it with my drill. So I have, this is the lid of the bucket. I cut off a little tab here as an angle to slip my drill in while covering the rest of the bucket, because while drilling, look how high it is to the top of the bucket. It could spill over and make a mess on your floor and everything. So that's why I like to have the lid on while I drill. So I've got my drill here with the pedal attached for mixing. So all I have to do is put this in here and then kind of cover it like so. So there's still a little bit of room there for the drill to come off, so that the clay, water, or the slip will not splatter everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to just drill. So while the drill is running, it's actually mixing the slip in the bucket as well. So the instruction says I need to mix it 30 to 45 minutes. So make sure you get a chair, get comfortable, and mix it really well. I'll do a slow drilling so you can see the action of the slip mixing. So usually I will go faster speed than this, but yeah, that's how I like to mix. I also like to feel the bottom of the bucket as well. Right now I can feel that there's a lot of clay settled onto the bottom of the bucket. So that's why I still need a lot of mixing. So I finished mixing. This is a pretty good consistency, I would say, but I would still test it. So how I test if the slip is good is basically I let it sit for overnight, and then the next day I will mix it well as well. Make sure like I scrape the bottom, and then I will pour a cast into a plastic mold and see how it dries in the plastic mold. So yeah, but overall I have mixed this batch this with the same recipe many times already. This is actually my third bag of clay I have mixed using the same recipe, and it works really well. So I hope this video is helpful to you, and if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comment section and I try my best to answer. Thank you everyone for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.